Consider sometimes you are at top of a mountain gazing at the world below. At that time, people experience the effects of having a fuller wallet as they feel strong, safe, and protected. But let me ask you something. What then for one to forget what it requires for one to get to the top? Where does the sense of gratitude go if you no longer see who stood by you, what you gained, or what you had to overcome, respectively? Maintaining modesty is not about detracting your successes. It is about acknowledging those successes by not allowing them to lift your ego high. Humility affords us a sense of reality and a sense of belonging, and above all, sanity. Point 1. Humility builds stronger connections. If you begin any relationship in life in a humble manner, then you'll have a personal bond that is much deeper. Most individuals are attracted to the real, compassionate, and friendly individuals. They wish to tell you their stories. They need you to know they are cheering for you and can be happy for your achievements without grappling for the attention. Humility helps to build trust, and trust. This is the key to any partnership that exists for more than one day. Point 2. Humility keeps you open to growth. If you believe that you're knowledgeable enough about a particular field or think that you own it, you are actually stagnating. A small heart knows and accepts the fact that learning goes hand in hand with living. That is why it includes feedback, looks for knowledge with other people, and is in the process of constant development. When you are humble, you will not mind saying, "I don't know," because to you it's a chance to gain something new. Point 3. Humility protects against pride and ego. In a way that success is even demoralizing at times, can be said that the feeling of pride that comes with success can cloud one's judgment so much capable of not seeing his, her weakness or faults. It can make you forget that there is no successful man who has pulled himself up by the bootstraps. It helps safeguard you to stay grounded so you will not forget what God has given to you or your weaknesses. This keeps you from becoming conceited and letting you always remain polite to others, no matter a person's position in the society. Point 4. Humility inspires others. Seth, let yourself be guided by the name of the most inspiring people you know. In all likelihood, they are not merely gifted or wealthy, they are also polite. They presume less, hence they are easily understandable, friendly, and we get to admire them. Humility demonstrated in the leadership is one way of telling a nation that it is possible to excel and remain human. Your life becomes all about this. People start modeling you not only for achievement, but also for behavior. Point 5. Humility brings inner peace. When you give up the inherent desire to always justify yourself, that is when you find hope. A collection of 11 quotes about humility and how they can help you redirect your focus on things that really matter in your life, such as self-development, the cultivation of healthy interpersonal relationships, and living a purposeful life. It relieves you from compulsion to compete with others. Drive yourself forward with desire, ambition, and purpose. Point 6. Humility enhances gratitude. Humility is the condition for being able to see yourself and the world filled with deeper gratitude. You accept that those accomplishments you gain are earned with the help of support, opportunities, and even difficulties which life offered you. Such notion of gratitude helps you celebrate the wins and accept the accomplishments of others. It makes you want to say more thank yous and to appreciate the process as much as the result. Point 7. Humility keeps you authentic. When every single thing is so fake and forged, sincerity is the last thing in the world, as much as it's about reality and acceptance of the self and the flaws one has. This means that if you are a humble person, you do not have to go round acting or even trying to overdo yourself just to be noticed. But you always get to know nice people and make them feel the same way you do as well. Point 8. Humility creates opportunities for collaboration. Humility enlarges opportunities that pride tend to shut. When it gets to relations, then think of them as partnership and not rivalry, since this unlocks the potential of both of you to accomplish a lot together. Talents of a humble person include listening, honoring the opinions of other people, and appreciating collaboration. It is not just a vehicle to foster relationships, however, also results in yielding better solutions to every problem that we encounter. Point 9. Humility strengthens resilience. These are the exact words anyone would want to hear when it comes to life, because the arbitrary nature of life means that problems are facts of life. That is the beauty of humility, because it empowers you to endure and even cope with a loss. Because it lets you to embrace failure as a process of evolution and never lose sight of that which has to be learned than on loss. When you are humble, you are not ashamed to begin again, to seek aid, or to begin once more, because you comprehend that tenacity is fashioned by humility. Point 10. Humility leaves a legacy. Last but not the least, humility brings the point where you leave society, organizations, or institutions not only with achievements, but with feelings that you planted. It is now common to hear people being remembered for their gentleness, share your wealth with others, and always encouraged people. Your legacy is love, respect, and inspiration, the kind of success that goes with you beyond your life, as people are still inspired and motivated by it. Point 11. Humility encourages empathy. Self-effacing overcomes add to empathic sensitization in a way that a common person might not be able to. You no more live in your own little world and realize the problems people go through. It builds your empathic, supportive, and celebratory capacity for people in your life. It brings one back to how each individual has their own process, and that is okay, and being kind changes a lot. Point 12. Humility helps you handle criticism. A humble person doesn't have to hide from criticism. A humble person welcomes it because it is an opportunity to learn. In contrast to losing their temper, they consider, analyze, and gain insights. It does not only assist you in enhancing your performance, but also make people respect you. Some people are humble, and when they get criticized, they see it as advice they need to follow, not an attack they need to defend against. Point 13. Humility makes you a better leader. Leadership works differently to managing people, and it does not involve commanding individuals. To gain respect, simple leaders should avoid talking much, appreciate their team, and show how to do what they want done. They don't mind detail or apologize for their errors or claim to be the sole reason for a success, hence encouraging trust. Humility helps change a boss to a real leader. Point 14. Humility prevents burnout. Pride makes people to work too hard, say yes to everything, and strive for the unachievable. While arrogance is the refusal to admit that one has reached one's limit and cannot do something on own, humility is the opposite of that. This is particularly spectacular as it constantly reminds one to work towards being healthy, relaxed, and well as achieving those targets set without being overworked. Point 15. Humility strengthens patience. Modesty makes you more apt to wait for things to happen the way they happen naturally. Consequently, you comprehend that success, development, improvement require time. That is why you are so knowledgeable and patient, and do not lose the big picture all the way through the process. It is the complex, gradual, and quiet manner that brings about the real satisfaction in the long term. Point 16. Humility reduces conflict. Pride has the power to ignite disputes, whereas humility can lead to their resolution. Humility is the key to mediation. It surpasses the need to win in a disagreement. You are ready to accommodate, say sorry, or find win-win solutions. This skill is the strength that lets you ease the tension and keep the peace that strengthens your social and professional ties. Point 17. Humility teaches you to value others. A person with humility is content not to sit in the spotlight, but they lift others up and by that, reveal their own brilliance. A humble lifestyle allows you to be a joyful party of other people's progress and input without being in possession of the gift yourself. It's a constant reminder that we become greater when we help others. Point 18. Humility encourages self-reflection. The fact that you are humble means that you look inside yourself and review how you think, behave, and work in your daily life. It permits you to admit when you're wrong, improve upon your mistakes, and to strive to be a better person. Consistent self-awareness is related to personal development as well as defines your values. Point 19. Humility promotes peace of mind. The release of the ego and the pride an individual feels has the power to bring a peace of mind. Paradoxically, when we don't try to show off, we appear confident in our own skin. Modesty is the key to unhook yourself from the burdens of rivalry and the pressures of competition, and therefore it brings you peace of mind and clarity of thought. Point 20. Humility helps you appreciate the journey. A humble mindset redirects your attention from the goal to the journey. This way, you treasure the insignificant times, show thankfulness for what you learned, and appreciate every single step you make. The humility, on the other hand, is a reminder that life isn't purely in terms of gaining success. The need to be connected and be purposeful, enlightened, and enriched.